Hello, everyone, and welcome back to our channel over here at Broke Boy Gaming. My name is Christian, and I am accompanied today by Devin. How are you doing today?
Doing all right, friend.
That's good to hear. So we are here to talk about the Venom movie. We literally just got back from the theater and seeing it, and it was interesting to say the least. So we're gonna do kind of like a non-spoiler section first, and then halfway through we'll switch over to the spoiler section of the video, so those people listening at home can kind of get a gist of what the movie's about, and then we'll go into further detail down the line. Sound good?
Let's do it.
All right. So this movie, it was very interesting, like I said before. I think the one thing I really liked about the movie was Tom Hardy, playing as Eddie Brock, and the whole Venom thing. Pretty much, I don't know what. It's really hard to explain. Like I'm still in a little bit of I'm processing it still. So why don't you go first, Evan?
Yeah, it was. Yeah, like you're saying, it was interesting. Tom Hardy definitely did a good job being the lead man. He always does.
Yeah.
Um,
I forgot how good of an actor he was, honestly.
yeah, despite the weird accent that he had throughout the movie, I thought he did pretty good as.
Like, at first I didn't think I liked the accent, but then it kind of grew on me, like, throughout, because I mean, he's a Brit, and then playing as we mentioned in our preview of Venom, I was saying that it's hard for someone, a Brit, to have an American accent, but not just any American accent, like a New York accent, even though it was all stationed in Los Angeles.
Yeah, it was in San Francisco.
Yeah, San Francisco. Sorry, but yeah, California. I thought that was kind of odd. Like I swear I thought it was going to be in New York area, but
There's too many movies that are set in San Francisco. It gets like old.
yeah. I mean, Eddie, he like I said, he did a great job. The antagonist, I should say, he's also British. I thought he did an okay job. He wasn't very memorable as a villain to me, but I mean, the overall plot was, I mean, it made sense. I just didn't feel like there was like any real threat or danger throughout.
Yeah, and the villain was Riz Ahmed. He's I enjoyed.
You say
He was in
mhm.
he was in Nightcrawler. I don't know if you ever saw that, but that was really
Oh
good.
yeah, that's okay. That's where I remember him from. I thought that was very interesting overall.
He was also in Rogue One.
Oh, that's right. He was. Wow, totally forgot. Um, I don't know. I can't really say much else without spoiling it. I guess it's a very interesting movie. I didn't hate it. It wasn't like the best. It was oddly paced to me.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
Like it was very, very just like, okay, now we're here. Okay, now we're here. Okay, now we're here. I was like, whoa, wow, wow, wow. Like I guess I was looking for more from this movie, like going more into depth with the relationship between Venom and Tom, or my gosh, Eddie, whatever. But yeah, it was just all over the place with the pacing like. But yeah, I guess that'll just end our little, spoiler free part. So let's just get into the nitty gritty of it. So this is your final warning. If you haven't seen the movie, turn back and go watch it, and then come back and listen to the rest of our review. So,
And I will say, if you're on the fence, just go watch it. I'd say
yeah,
it's worth
definitely, it's very highly encouraged. I mean, it wasn't a terrible movie. I'm glad I went to go see it. I'll probably see it like maybe one more time just to get like a full grasp and analysis in my head as to where it falls in my line of superhero movies, or just, in general. But yeah, so let's get into the spoiler part of the review. So
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert! But yeah, so overall, we have Eddie. Like I said before, it was I love the dynamic between Venom and Eddie, but Tom Hardy also voiced Venom as well.
Yeah, I saw that on the IMDb page. I found that pretty interesting.
Yeah, so he's kind of like talking to himself. It was like a little bit of buddy cop thing, but like I just want to say really quick, like when he first got the symbiote, I thought it was going to be more of like a struggle of, they were trying to find hosts for these, for the symbiote in general. But like at first, it wasn't really clear of what they were trying to do. It seems like the antagonist was just trying to pretty much achieve symbiosis for whatever reason. And then you find out, oh, like we're going back up to space so we can get more. And it's like, there was so much going on. I kind of felt bad when Eddie and I forgot her name already. My gosh. Eddie and his girlfriend broke up at first.
It was Anne.
Anne, okay.
Yeah.
He kind of dicked her over because like
Yeah,
that was just weird though. He's like, oh, she got an email. Oh, what's this about? And it was about the I forgot the corporation's name already. I'm very sorry, guys, but
I think it was called Life Corp or something.
Yeah, Life Corp, yeah, something like that, or Life Camp or something in that nature. And he was just like, "Oh, what's this email?" And then like, why would you like try? Why would you use that confidential evidence that that only a certain amount of people know, like in that little circle, and just use it when you go to report at the Life Corp place, Life Camp, whatever it's called. Like it was kind of cool that he did it, but like because it kind of threw him off guard, and that's what you're supposed to do. But he didn't. When he got fired, his boss is like, "Where's your source?" And he's like, I didn't really have a source." And it's like, really? I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree that the pacing throughout the movie was definitely odd. Like the beginning felt very slow paced in the very beginning. Just kind of getting to know what happened at Eddie's job, and you don't really get to know Eddie at all.
Yeah, he's kind of like, oh, this is Eddie Brock. It's just like they just assume that everyone knows who Eddie Brock is, and to the general public, yes, if you're like somewhat of like a Spider-Man like fanatic or just in general, like you know who Eddie Brock is or you know of him. He's a reporter like Peter, and yeah, but this, like we said, it was set in San Francisco, which I don't know. It was odd. It was very odd.
And that's like the biggest battle that these movie directors and writers have to face. They have to find a balance between pleasing the comic book lovers, but then also making it viewable for every moviegoer.
Right.
Make it digestible. Yeah. So that's tough to find that balance.
I will say it should have been rated R. There wasn't enough Venom in it for me, enough of like a terror that Venom normally brings to people.
Yeah,
like,
Venom wasn't scary enough to me. Like I know he's not supposed to be like a horror movie scary, but he just came off kind of cartoonish.
Yeah,
instead of like fearsome.
Right. Yeah. I mean, like they got his body build and everything like perfect. Like that.
He looked really cool. Like,
yeah, he looked
really
great.
Good.
But I guess I wish we would have seen more because like even during the final fight with Riot, like I guess like even I'm getting ahead of myself. Even before like when Eddie gets when he fuses with Venom, it was just kind of like, oh, it's a match. Like there's it's kind of like a blood match. Like if someone's trying to get a blood transplant, they need a certain type of blood in order to survive. But like it kind of just like it went from that old lady who was that old homeless lady who was charging $5 $5 for the newspapers that she stole out of the free stand. And he's like, I'll give you $20. Like, and he's a nice guy. He was pretty cool. But yeah, it kind of just fuses in with him. It's like, oh, it's a match. Like I expected there to be some kind of like struggle, kind of like when Wolverine had the antimedium pumped inside of him. Like, I mean, obviously we know he survived, but like it was still like a struggle for him to kind of overcome that. Just like because everyone else, like it kind of worked with that one black guy with one of the symbiotes, but like it just kind of seeps into Eddie. It's like, oh, it's boom, it's all there. But I guess we do kind of see the aftermath when he's like freaking out and like, oh my gosh, tracks down his ex-girlfriend, goes into that fancy restaurant, and starts biting all the heads off the lobsters.
Yeah, I really loved how Tom Hardy
did like that.
Like throughout the movie, he just kept getting more manic and like more crazy. Like I really love that aspect of his performance.
And that's what the symbiote's supposed to do. It's supposed to alter, you know, especially towards like aggression. But like, I mean, you know, him getting adapted to the symbiote, that is something that probably would happen in real life. Like he looked like he was dying after the movie, just sweat and just wow, it was crazy. I think one of the funniest parts is when after he gets fused with Venom and the one guy with the guitar, he just like stumbles to the door and knocks. So he's like, hey man, he's like, please, can you just keep that down? He's like, fuck you, dude. And then like half of like Venom's face comes out. He's like, okay, all right. This is the guy who lives next door and sees all this craziness, and it was funny. The part between Venom and Eddie Brock, like I said, it was that was like the best part of the entire movie. Riot, completely forgettable. Like there wasn't even much of like a build up to it. Like, because I think Riot was the one that originally escaped and then was jumping from host to host until he got into that little blonde girl. And she's like downstairs, like in the basement of that entire, like, you know, his facility. She's like, are you lost? I'm like, you're not going to question how the hell she got down here? Like,
yeah, that's one of the things that was least believable about the whole movie was how little security, how little security there was in that building. Like,
terrible.
First of all, there's no cameras to see that Eddie Brock went in and did all that stuff. How are there no cameras in the whole building?
Right.
It's like I can suspend my disbelief a fair amount, but that one was like really blatant.
That was so fucking weird, dude. I was like,
he fired his security guards too after Eddie Brock got in.
Yeah,
like, you're fired.
He's just like, you're so what? Like, so many things were just happening like so fast, and I was like, okay, like I mean, this movie was only 2 hours long, but like I felt like they were supposed to be building up to something, but it didn't really deliver. Because it made it seem like Venom was dead because the two weaknesses of the symbiote is like high frequencies, like loud sounds, and fire. That is literally how you destroy or, you know, get rid of the symbiote host.
Yeah, they didn't explain how he survived because a rocket is both fire and loud noise.
And he literally said, "Goodbye, Eddie."
Yeah, I don't understand. I didn't like how he just like back, like he just survived somehow. They didn't explain it
Riot
at all.
comes out of nowhere, just fuses with the other guy again, just all right, it's a match, and then it was just I don't know. I mean, the final fight, like the screen was shaking so much.
Yeah, that's the thing. The thing I hated the most about the movie were the fight scenes. The shaky cam was unbearable for the fight scenes. It was very bad. Like,
and I got new glasses today, and I was so excited. I'm like, man, I get to wear my new glasses at the theater. I can finally see things clearly again. And
I was legit getting dizzy watching the fight scenes because
I had no
first
clue
of all,
what was going on.
There were a ton of jump cuts back and forth between different camera angles, and then it was also shaky cam. It wasn't good.
Like
the fight scenes, yeah, those fight scenes could have been great, but the shaky cam ruined it.
Oh yeah, but yeah, man, and like honestly, it's definitely a must see, you know, for everyone out there listening. It's just yeah, I mean there was that mid credit scene with Carnage as well, so that was kind of
Woody Harrelson seems like he's really good for that role.
I like that touch
with that weird red hair that you now expect Woody Harrelson to have.
Yeah, I was wondering who was gonna be. I was like, they're probably like hinting towards Carnage.
I really liked the mid credit scene until the end, and he was like, I'm gonna cause some carnage.
Yeah, I was like,
why do you have to say his name? That's so corny.
Yeah,
just leave it be.
But like, okay, even at that point in time, like, because Carnage is an offspring of Venom.
Yeah.
So it's like,
even if
I get they were trying to make a pun, like, oh, this is going to be Carnage, but
That's just them babying the audience. Like,
It's
even
supposed
if
to
you
be a
don't know what
trilogy.
Carnage is, you can just look it up. Like, you don't have to spoon feed them this
Yeah,
information.
man, like freaking Infinity War didn't spoofing the audience with Captain Marvel. They just showed her logo, and the people who
Yeah,
knew what she was knew who she was. Other
like
people
imagine
didn't.
imagine in those post credit scenes before with Thanos, he's just like, "Hey, I'm Thanos. Nice to meet you." That's basically what they did
I'm
right
gonna
there.
call. It's like there's a war coming or Infinity something. Like if he made some kind of like, oh, come on, guys. But yeah, my biggest gripe is, like I said, the pacing should have been rated R. Definitely should have been rated R.
Yeah, it would have been more enjoyable, but I understand they want the wider audience, and then they
Yeah.
also want to tie it into Spider-Man at some point.
Yeah, well, fuck Sony for Tom Holland was supposed to. Well, nah, he wasn't supposed to, but there was a big rumor. But then I was thinking, I'm like, okay, like number one, when is this supposed to happen during the MCU? Because I just don't know. I was kind of
Because
glad he wasn't in it.
Ant-Man and the Wasp just happened in San Francisco. They didn't cross paths at any point.
Yeah, that is true. I'm kind of glad Tom Holland was not in this movie whatsoever. There's no mention of Spider-Man at all. Because honestly, technically, Venom does not even exist without Spider-Man. And that's how Venom gets his form with his white eyes, his teeth. Because when Spider-Man fuses with the symbiote, like with his black suit.
Yeah, that's where he gets his like traits and everything. And
yeah, and transfers over to the next host, and he's got this big beefy black version kind of Spider-Man going on. But what would you rate this movie out of 10?
I give it a 6.
You know what? I'm getting a 5.5.
Okay.
5.5. I was
So
right. I was right because I've seen
great.
some mixed reviews. This is The Last Jedi, Venom style.
Now there's some interesting rumors going on about the reviews. Have you heard these?
I have not.
Apparently, Lady Gaga fans do not like Venom.
Why?
Because it opens up the same weekend as Born.
Star is Born.
Yeah, Star is Born. So apparently
that tends to happen with movies.
Yeah, apparently Lady Gaga fans have been putting up bad reviews for Venom just to like kind of spite it.
But
so I think the reviews might be a little off because of the Lady Gaga fans pouring in. So
that makes no sense. I mean, if you want to go see Star is Born first, then go see Star is Born. We're gonna go see it. I'm gonna go see it. But
fandoms are crazy, always.
I thought you were gonna. Yeah, that is true. It's just, I mean, like I'm glad like that movie looks fantastic, and we'll probably do a review of it because I do want to go see that movie. Like it looks really great.
Yeah, I'll be seeing it tomorrow.
And yeah, I'll probably see it probably sometime next week when I come back from out of town. But
another gripe I had with the movie, they never went into any detail as to why Venom decided to stay.
Yeah, that was another thing.
He was just like, "Yeah, I'm gonna stay because I like you, Eddie." Like, what did Eddie do? What did Eddie do to make him want to stay?
Within we're gonna take over your world, and then, there was no okay, I understand you can't really do a heartfelt type of conversation between Venom and Eddie, but that made no sense.
Eddie didn't really do anything to warrant him falling in love with him or whatever like that. Sure, he didn't want to kill people, but I'm pretty sure most people would be like that.
Yeah, when Venom says that, when he said he was the loser, out of all the other symbiotes, he is the runt of the litter, essentially. So it's it's very, I don't know, man. You know what? Just go see the movie. Would you go see this a second time, Devin? Is this something you need to see a second time to understand what's going on?
I would not see it a second time in the theater, but if it's on Netflix or something, for sure I'd watch it again.
Damn. Well, I'm telling. I had a feeling that this movie was gonna have some split reviews. The CGI wasn't terrible, but out of nowhere, it's just Riot. Who's Riot? Oh, he's our leader. Oh, okay. It's you know what? I'm just gonna help you, Eddie, because I like you. Or oh, and then
yeah. And then also, what happened to the doctor that helped?
Yeah, they kind of just
they didn't show her die. She could have survived and been a symbiote herself. What happened to her?
I don't know, man.
I was half expecting her to become Riot, but that didn't happen.
Yeah, well, because she was kind of like she Venom for like half a second.
No, the girlfriend was.
Yeah, her. Yeah, that's what I meant. Sorry,
that was weird.
The
too.
other, the assistant.
The doctor originally brought him to the lab.
Right. I don't know. This 5.5 out of 10. That's all I have to say.
And the Lady Venom was very strange to look at.
Well, yeah, there actually is a she Venom in the comics, but I think that was just kind of like a thing that they wanted to do.
And she was like, "I liked the power," and I was like,
yes.
"Oh, okay."
She's like, "Oh my god, I bit someone's head off," and he's like, "I did love Tom Hardy in this movie, though. He did put up a good performance.
He
did a great performance. But honestly, no one else put up a good performance besides him and Venom, who also was playing as Tom Hardy. So it's like, yeah." I don't know. I just, for all the viewers and listeners out there, go see the movie. It's definitely worth to go see. Form your own opinions. These are just two man's thoughts and opinions in general. Devin, was there anything else you wanted to, say before we wrap up here?
How about that post-credit scene that you missed?
I'm so pissed. Oh my gosh. Okay, so there's two post-credit scenes. One with Carnage.
One mid-credit scene and one post-credit scene.
I was so pissed. Because I heard there was one. I'm like, okay, all right. We saw it, and everyone left the theater. And I was texting you. I was like, yeah, man, I just saw the post-credit scene with Carnage. You're like, oh, the one with Spider-Man. I'm like, what?
Yeah, for those of you who don't know, there's a scene after all the credits. I sat there for like 10 minutes, and then there's finally a scene. It's literally, from what it seems like, it's literally a scene from Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. It was like a solid 1 or 2 minute scene.
That is
that they just...
You know what? I'm going to go see the movie again just to watch it.
Wow.
I will. Well, because Jared wants to go see it too. So when I'm back home with him, he wants to go see Venom. So I'll just make him stick around for it. So that'll give me a reason to see the movie again and to see that scene.
Yeah, the scene was really cool. I'm actually really excited for that movie.
That movie does look fantastic. And we will be doing a review 100%. Absolutely. Without a doubt.
The animation in that movie is like hypnotizing. It's like insane to look at.
Yeah, it's almost like just like a comic book, like coming to life.
It's like what Telltale tried to do, but much better.
Yeah, absolutely. But yeah, so anything else before we wrap up here, Devin?
You gonna close it out with some Venom voice?
I don't even. Oh my gosh! All right. We are Venom. We're like, I don't know. Fuck it.
He didn't even say that till like the very end.
Yeah, that thing was very odd because I was waiting for that scene. I'm like, oh, they cut it out of the movie completely, and then it was just like towards the end. But when he says pussy,
that was pretty.
He's like
that was kind of cringy. I was like, oh, he really just said pussy.
That was pretty funny. He was like, jump. And he's like, nah, fuck that.
Yeah, take the elevator. He did mention he was the same thing. He did mention he was afraid of heights from the very beginning.
Yeah. Well, yeah, that does it for this review. Let us know your comments in the section down below. Let us know if you liked it, if you didn't like it. And yeah, thank you for joining us today, Devin. And for all those people out there, share this video with a friend, like it, honestly, subscribe, really, because we love you guys. I really don't know what else to say. But we're planning on making more content. It's probably just like a video a week, like I mentioned previously in other videos prior. But yeah, we'll see you guys later, and bye. Shiny teeth that twinkle just like the stars in space. My shiny teeth that sparkle, adding beauty to my face. My shiny teeth that glisten just like a Christmas tree. You know they walk a mile just to see me smile. Woo! Shiny teeth and me.